to bring you back now to this periscope that we've been tracking over the last couple of minutes, of a man who is scaling the side of Trump Tower right here in New York City. We don't know exactly who this man is. We don't have any information as to why he is doing this or how he's even doing it. It appears that he may have some kind of suction cups. You can see there are people on the side of the building. This is a building on 5th Avenue here in Manhattan. It's 58 stories. He's on the south side, on the 56th Street side of that building. He's apparently, it looks like, only up to about the 6th floor of the building. Now, when Donald Trump is in New York City and is working out of Trump Tower, there's usually a large Secret Service presence around the building and inside the building. But because obviously Mr. Trump is in Virginia today, there isn't that Secret Service phalanx, as far as I understand. They are not there at the moment. And so this is how this person was apparently able to get past whatever security is there around the tower to start making his way up the side of the building. So we can't see this through this periscope, but there are some police officers there you can see that are observing what is happening. Now, I'm pretty sure that the police officers that are on the scene there are part of the emergency task force unit of the NYPD. I've spent some time with them. These are the guys that actually try to help people who may be on buildings or on the city's bridges, who may be considering doing something like this or even something worse. They have a tremendous amount of training when it comes to dealing with situations like this. I've seen them go up the side of the Brooklyn Bridge and down the Brooklyn Bridge holding on to somebody to attempt to rescue them. And so that's probably what we're seeing right there, that quick shot that we saw of those police officers observing what is going on. In my estimation, there is probably a number of police officers on the top of that 58-story building. Again, this is Trump Tower here in New York City, 725 5th Avenue. This is where Donald Trump typically works out of his office. Okay, so that periscope just ended. That's what happens when you do live TV and you're relying on social media. We're going to try to get that back up and bring it back to you. There we go. Very strong signal there, I guess, apparently, for that periscope. All right, so again, what we're seeing right now is a man at Trump Tower on 5th Avenue here in New York City. Can't see what that is right there. Quick shots there of a man apparently scaling Trump Tower. Again, he's only up to about the 6th floor.
Police are waiting for him to make a move. It seems like.
Let's see if we can hear what the person who's sharing this video is saying.
From the robe that they threw him. So he's probably in it for the long haul. Seems like the police are not happy with that.
Oh, there's the Secret Service.
It's not my terrace, bro.
On the side, yeah, I saw.
We go to Grand Havana for that, you know that.
And then they look like they were over here.
I'm trying to keep a steady action for all you people following now. Hashtag Trump Climber. Terrace blocked off.
Jerry, I think you have a new job in.
Got more news reporters holding on.
Do you want me to be your assistant?
Hello? Yeah. Yes. Hey, Linda, how are you? I am. 717 5th Avenue? Yeah, right across from the Trump Tower. It's between 55th and 56th. Between 5th and Madison. So the 56th Street is shut down, obviously. So the climber's on the south side of 56th Street of the Trump Tower. He's on the north side of 56th Street, on the south side of Trump Tower. If that makes sense.
In a crevice.
Yeah, in a crevice. If that makes sense.
Oh, there they are. Look at them up there. Oh, yeah.
He's not stuck. He's like kind of moving away from where the cops want him to be. And so he's climbing like Trump Tower's like it's got a lot of in and outs with the architecture, and he's like in a crevice. He's in a corner basically right now, climbing up the corner. So he's like going through. He's gonna reach vents, but there's enough glass that he can kind of keep going up if he wants. I would say he's on like the 12th floor of Trump Tower. So I don't know how he got there. I have no idea how he got there, but because the street's usually shut down. But When Trump is there, they usually don't let anyone like near his entrance on that building side. So, yes, it seems like it is. Yeah.
Fifth Avenue is closed down. You can't get down 56th Street.
I believe so. I mean, because when he's here, there's extra cars
Secret
here,
Service.
and extra Secret Service, and so there was that today. Yeah. He looks foreigner. Yeah, he looks foreigner. He's got a nice head of hair. I don't. Yeah. He's putting on his helmet. It looks like, or no, he's going to the next level now. New suction cup is going up. I think he has 3 or 4 of them.
I'd say he's on the 9th floor now.
9th floor. Yeah, between 9th and 10th.
Yeah.
Are you guys commentating this for the
How long?
news?
How long do you think, guys? I would say an hour.
About an hour
Yeah,
already.
about an hour.
How long? Oh, I think he meant his hair.
Yeah, I think so.
I was like shoulder length.
Well, they said someone else said he's protesting Trump. He definitely flipped some paperwork that he had like scribbled on
people
to the people
inside
inside the building that could see him through the windows, and then he dropped what looked like he had like sign, and he dropped a laptop and a paper. It looked like definitely dropped a MacBook down. It was a big laptop to the ground from where he was. Yeah. I assume so, yeah.
Where?
Definitely on purpose. He took it out of his backpack and dropped it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I believe so.
There's
Yep.
an arm coming out of the vent. Oh, the 11th floor.
Yeah, but why wouldn't they go?
He looks about anywhere between 18
All right, you're looking now at a tape playback of the man who is now scaling Trump Tower. This is coming to us from WABC. That's a close-up of the man. You can see he is using suction cups to scale Trump Tower. Trump Tower is a 58-story skyscraper, which is the headquarters of Donald Trump. Generally, when Mr. Trump is in New York City, we're told that there is a very large Secret Service detail in the building, near the building, but because Mr. Trump is traveling out of town at rallies today, apparently this man was able to slip through whatever security that they have there at the moment. You heard the reporter there. We were showing a periscope earlier, and I'm going to call him a reporter because that's exactly what he's doing. He was sort of saying that he's not sure how the man was able to get to the side of the building to start scaling it, but then he reported that the man was now at about 12 stories. Again, this is a 58-story building here in Manhattan on Fifth Avenue.
You can see the suction cups. There's 4 of them there,
Yeah.
and they're not sort of little tiny suction cups.
No,
They're
those
pretty
are the big
significant.
industrial.
They're clearly holding him up. He's got a backpack, some sort of basic shoes, and our understanding is he's reached as high as the 12th floor at this point, and not too far from him is a ladder. We can only assume that security or safety folks there trying to get him to come down that ladder and literally walk off the edge. And this live image you're seeing now just above him are people, they're coming through what somebody believed was possibly the ventilation system there maybe, trying to possibly get him when he makes his way up there. Is he negotiating some sort of exit from this? He's clearly talking to them, and can we hear exactly what he's saying? Is there any way to pick up the conversation there? We're going to pop up the audio to see if we can.
The man, because the guy who was using the periscope said, the guy who was posting the periscope said at one point that in his estimation, this may have been a protester because he did have some type of paperwork with him or some kind of sign that he had flashed or waved around as he was making. All right, now you can see those blue helmeted police officers. That is that police detail. New York City doesn't have a SWAT team like other police departments in the country. They have these emergency crews, these emergency teams that are trained specifically for this type of scenario where they are able to very quickly go after people that are scaling New York City skyscrapers. Obviously, we have a lot here in the city, or the New York City bridges, and able to bring them down very, very quickly. Now, what's probably happening right now is these police officers, and I've gone on a training scenario with them, so they are talking to the man, trying to understand what he's doing, why he's doing it. I don't think that these police officers are going to let this man climb any further because they are very, very good. And at any moment now, you're going to see them. First of all, they're going to talk to him, try to understand exactly what he's doing. They don't want to rattle the man if there's any kind of thought that he may try to harm himself. But I'm almost positive that at some point New York City will scramble the NYPD police helicopters into the air to monitor him from above as well. And so they're going to be utilizing all of the resources, Rena, to ensure that this man safely gets off the side of the building and that he doesn't hurt himself or others.
We've seen this before. folks have done this not too far. Recently, a kid tried to do it on the at this 9/11 memorial. He happened to get in and get up, and it always ends pretty similarly. The police bringing him down, and we're not sure exactly who this person is. There was somebody caught on the Periscope saying he appeared to be a foreigner. I don't know if you could tell that from his accent or the way he was talking, but at some point they said that this was some sort of a foreigner. But you were talking, Vlad, about how he appeared to maybe have some sort of papers, protest papers. You really can't get papers to scale a building in New York City, and you can see he just dropped one of those suction cups. There was also talk on the Periscope that he intentionally had dropped another one. We didn't see that. He picked it up, as you can see, put it right back on. And it's unclear where he's going to go when he goes up maybe 2 more floors here, because that's where it appears police are waiting for him at this point.
So these police officers that are now on the scene, both inside the building, just a couple of stories above this man, and to the side of the building. We saw a shot earlier of the Periscope. These are known as the Emergency Service Unit of the NYPD. These are specialized officers. This is similar to, for example, the SWAT teams that you have out in LA, Special Weapons and Tactical Unit. New York City doesn't have that moniker for this unit, but it's essentially what they do, which is very similar to what SWAT teams in LA do. And they are also especially trained for dealing with situations like this. They are trained to bring people that are climbing or scaling buildings, skyscrapers, bridges, tunnels, whatever it is that they may be trying to attempt to infiltrate. This unit is specialized in getting them off those structures and on the ground safely. And so that's who we're seeing right now. Now, this man appears to be removing, as you said, Rena, so I can also tell that he's wearing, those are climbing shoes on his feet. So, and he's got
pretty fancy
a bunch
climbing shoes at that.
Yeah, and he's got carabiners on the side of his belt. So he may be an experienced climber. Now, you can see the police officers, the MS guys, talking to him, and they're on both sides of that building there. He's not gotten far. This is a 58-story building. There are numerous tenants in that building, including not just, as we've said, obviously the headquarters of Donald Trump, but the Gucci flagship store is there. So there are a number of people, and you can hear the honking that is happening below, because we're told that they've closed the streets down.
What you can't see in this shot, apparently there are some airbags that have been placed beneath him just in case he falls. Obviously, this is a situation that police have dealt with before, and they're trying to talk him down what appears to be this, we're not sure if it's a 12th floor, exactly how high up he made it, but police taking this incredibly seriously. There are helicopters above. This force is there both on all sides surrounding him, and it appears that there's some sort of airbag possibly below him just in case he falls to the ground.
So this unit of these police officers, and they are really incredible what they do every day, because they are actually on call 365 days a year. And it's a tour that lasts just the way it would in other specialized units, sometimes in the military, where you are part of this team. And so we're looking at this is the WCBS camera, guys, in the control room. So this is WCBS, our sister station here in New York City, that is now shooting this. This is no longer the Periscope. And I'm not sure what they're trying to show us there. It looks like a scaffolding. All right, so it looks like a scaffolding. And again, the NYPD may be, and again, I stress may be, they may be lowering that scaffolding with police officers in it to try to bring this man in. We're going to try to get confirmation of that. But I do know that this unit specializes in exactly what we're seeing right now, which is a man attempting to scale a large structure here in New York City. And they've been talking to him. This has been going on now for about a half hour or so, maybe a little longer, but he doesn't seem to be cooperating in the sense that he's not coming up and into that window.
It looks like he's going to the around almost to the
and you
side.
See, check it out. They've actually removed that structure, that window structure, or it's not even a window, I guess. It's something that they are. Yeah, ventilation that the NYPD is using. You can see it's very clearly been cut out so that they can actually access and get close to this guy. And so my guess is at some point, it depends on what he's saying. I mean, at the end of the day, they're assessing minute by minute this man's mental state, what he's intending to do, why he's there. So they're going to continue talking to him. All right, we just lost that shot from WCBS. So they're going to continue talking to him to try to understand what he's doing. That talk can last for as long as necessary. In other words, if the man, for whatever reasons, decides that he doesn't want to come off the side of the building, we're going back to the periscope now, they'll keep talking to him to try to understand exactly what his frame of mind is, why he's doing what it is that he's doing. But at some point, Rena, if it does appear that he may be trying to harm himself or he may be trying to harm others, they will rush out there and get him. They're trained specifically to do that.
And it doesn't appear that he's threatening anyone at this point, but obviously something that the police take very seriously. We're told that first Trump Tower security responded to it once they saw him scaling. Then NYPD was brought in. Then they brought in this team you see wearing blue helmets to try and deal with this guy in the event that they could talk him off. At one point, he started moving towards the left to try and counter to possibly, I can only assume, try to keep making his way up so he doesn't get picked up by these men in the hats from NYPD.
Yeah, because he's been moving sort of sideways instead of going up. And the person who was streaming the periscope surmised that perhaps he was doing that to try to escape the police apprehension. Now he's resting his feet on that duct unit there, or that grating, and I'm not sure what he's doing here. All right, putting on his cap. Okay. So our producers are telling us that it may be that this man was showing those police officers what was in his backpack. Now, that's really important because clearly if they thought that there was something, as we pointed out, that could be harmful to people in the building, to people on the ground, that would be an issue. If they've been able to ascertain that there is nothing dangerous, an explosive device of some type, a weapon of some type in that backpack, the police will breathe a sigh of relief, a small one, because this is still a very dangerous situation, but they will at least be able to understand and to know that this is not a terror threat, if you will.
So this all started when this man, who had nothing more than what appears to be mountain boots and a backpack and 5 suction cups, decides to scale Trump Tower in Manhattan, goes up the side of Trump Tower. That's when the security for Trump Tower noticed, when people started talking about this, and they tried to intervene. NYPD was called in. They're dealing with the situation, trying to get this man to come down. They were actually trying to cut off his route all the way up to the top of Trump Tower, and they brought in 3 or 4 people with blue helmets at the top of where his route was going up. And now you see him with those suction cups trying to make his way around the building to circumvent the police up at the top. As Vlad said, we just don't know who this man is. We don't know what his intentions are. Police clearly taking it very seriously. We have no idea who he is. If he's looking for Pokemon Go and thinks he's up there, or if it's something more nefarious, we have no idea at this point.
And you can see those blue helmeted police officers. This is the NYPD EMS team. This is a highly professional, highly trained tactical police unit. It is considered by many in the country to be the best tactical police unit in the United States. This team is based out of Floyd Bennett Field here in New York City. They do not go on regular patrols. They are not the patrol officers that you will encounter in a vehicle on the street walking a beat. These are teams, or they're known as trucks, that are specifically tasked with situations like this to respond 24 hours, 365 days out of the year to situations just like this, and ranging from this to a host of others. They typically perform upwards of 1,000 missions a year that require this tactical team. And I'm not sure, but one of the team members that we met when we did a story for the CBS Evening News is a team that's called the A-Team. This is the creme de la creme of the EMS, and we can only assume that they are probably taking part in this operation as well. Now we see the man. Let's see if we can hear the interaction that's happening between the police officers and this man. Not sure if we can, but let's try.
Thank you. Stay here. Come good here? Come on, chat. I look all right here. Stop playing.